Takes a village to raise a child. There's no need to do it all by yourself. And you start self-sabotaging yourself as well as your baby. Like, hey guys, it is Precious Keishawna. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Precious. I have a 2-year-old daughter named Cherish. I'm in a long distance relationship. My husband currently lives in Jamaica, so we are doing things long distance for now. A lot of you have followed my channel based on my morning routine for my daughter as a newborn, so I did think like maybe I should include some mom content on my channel because a lot of you guys are here for this. Earlier stages I wasn't really comfortable with doing it because it was a lot of emotions, being a first-time mom and not knowing what to do and how to deal with things. So I was pretty sensitive on the topic and really just didn't want to bring any more attention, child related, baby related, to my channel. Now I am in a pretty comfortable state, and with my sisters having kids now, a lot of people around me having kids, they just reach that moment in life where they're at the childbearing age. I feel like it's a lot of good things that I can share. Having these conversations with my sisters made me feel I am actually going to start a mom diaries series on my channel, in which I would be giving mom related content. Diaries, it will be just having conversations about the mom life, first time mom, emotions, experiences, and things, anything related to being a mom and dealing with the mom life. You know, once you become a mom, although you can only be a first time mom once, the stages of being a mom, the motherhood, everything, that doesn't change, and you would be going on with that until you leave this earth, once you step into that part of your life. So we are going to start including mom diaries on the channel. So this is one of the new series that I will be incorporated on my channel for 2022. I hope you guys are excited for it because I am really excited for it, to just talk to you guys and communicate with you guys on a different level, as well as really have that one-on-one personal connection, because a lot of us moms feel like we don't have anyone to talk to and we don't know what to do and as far as how to deal with certain things. So this will be that open section here for us to have that talk and communication here. So today's video, as you can see from the title, 8 things I wish I knew after giving birth. Like that first stage, we're gonna start it there and we're gonna work our way up. We're gonna start from newborn, just giving birth, and then within the diaries we will get up until the toddler stage where my daughter is currently now. So I thought as starting the series, it would be a good idea to start it from there and bring it forward. Okay, so number 1, this was a very sensitive, heavy topic. Number 1, whether you breastfeed or not, that choice is solely up to you. There is going to be people that is fully for breastfeeding and thinking your baby is the smartest when you breastfeed yourself, and formula is bad, it's killing your child, and all these things. We are in the 21st century. Things are not how it used to be back in the day. There's different types of formula for all kinds of things. So if you want to be a mom that solely breastfeeds, congratulations to you. I'm excited and I'm happy that is something that you want to do. Make sure any decision you make for breastfeeding, it's up to you. It's yes, I want to do this, or no, I don't want to do this. And either decision you make, you shouldn't feel bad for it. Me personally, I didn't know if I wanted to do breastfeeding. I was open to it. When I first started breastfeeding, I started feeling like a cow. Really started not liking it. I don't know if it was because I was sad or depressed or exactly what. I didn't know if it was normal to feel that way, but I literally started feeling like a human walking cow. My child personally was hungry all the time. My milk wasn't producing as it should have been. We bought cookies. My mom got some seeds. I think it was flax seeds at the moment. They said will help a girl. Any and everything that it said it will help you produce milk. I started off good and I was producing, and I had like bags stored up and it was doing good to the point where I was able to put it in bottles, because I wasn't feeding her directly from my breast because she never latched on. Like, we tried it in the hospital, the nurses tried with everything, we even tried courses after that, it just didn't work. She wasn't latching on because she wanted her milk way faster than how it was coming out. So I used to have the pouches, put it in the bottles, and she used to get it. Used to be good. Dad used to be able to feed her, and everyone was able to partake and take in because it wasn't solely on the breast. That's a huge complaint for a lot of moms, because they feel like once that baby is breastfed, you feel like you always have to be around and you're not able to get any help. You're not able to do anything else because you are the one that has to provide that food for the baby. I started feeling bad for not wanting to breastfeed because I'm like, this is beginning to get too much, and in the midst of me feeling that way and feeling like I always have to have milk flowing and pumping, I actually started struggling with producing milk. I was able to produce breast milk maybe 6 weeks, and then it just slowly dried up on me. I got tired of trying to force it and make it come out. I don't know if it was because she wasn't latching on and I was using the machine to pump it out, if that played an effect in it. But honestly, when it started drying out, I didn't even care to dry anymore. I just let it dry out, and I was like, hey, we should switch the formula, because honestly, the things that I was eating, like curry chicken and all those kind of things, it was affecting her, and she was having diarrhea. So that started making me feel bad, like, dang, I need to eat certain things. I need to do things a certain way, because I'm not only eating for me still, I'm still eating for her. So she started getting diarrhea. She started losing a lot of weight. At one point, Cherry was really underweight. So in the midst of me not showing her for those first 3 months, it had a lot to do with her not being christened, but it also was, she was really tiny, and it started to become a problem of concern, because that's when I was solely just giving her breast milk. She wasn't getting the formula or anything at that time. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what's going on with my body. And it honestly started making me feel away. From people telling me that, oh, breastfeeding is good, it'll make your baby smart, to me not wanting to give her formula because I felt like I'm a bad mom. Like, why are you giving your child formula when you give her breast milk? But me trying to give her breast milk, me trying to pump this breast milk, me trying to do all these things, it started getting overwhelming. And it was just like, and I just had to talk with her doctor, and we had to do what was best for her. We started her on the formula. At first, she was throwing it up a lot. It was really bad. It wasn't staying down. So then we had to switch her to Similac for Spit Up, the green container. And she started putting on her pounds and gaining weight, and she was healthy, and she was sleeping better at night. She wasn't getting up so often, and it worked for us. So I was happy, go jolly. I was able to have a drink at night when I needed to. I was able to enjoy myself again, as well as enjoy my baby being healthy, and it worked for us. So that's why I say, if you want to breastfeed, make sure it's something that you want to do, because you don't want to start doing it and feeling dreadful for doing it and feeling drained and overwhelmed to the point where it's not even healthy for you or the baby. Any decision that you make as a first-time mom, it has to be a decision that benefits you and the baby. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing of being a mother. There's no rule book, there's no right way to do it, but you just do what works for you. Going into number 2, doing what works for you. There's going to be a lot of people that has advice to give you. There's a lot of people that's going to tell you what worked for them, what didn't work for them. There's going to be a lot of people that looks down on you. Like, hey, you're a first time mom. You don't even know what you're doing. I've been through this. I had X amount of kids. I've been doing this my whole life. You shouldn't have your baby doing this. You shouldn't do this. You should. And eventually it becomes annoying. It can put you down. And it can be intimidating and make you feel less than a mother. And make you feel like, hey, I really don't know what the heck I'm doing. When in all reality, just like 2 people aren't the same, 2 babies aren't the same. What worked for somebody else years ago may not work for your kid. Your kid just may be different and special. You wouldn't know. So you can take advice from others. You can let it go in one ear and out the other, and don't feel bad about it, because not everything that everyone tell you is good, and not everything everyone tell you would work for you. You can try, you can attempt, but don't drive yourself crazy over trying to make things work the way that everyone else wanted to work. I feel like my first stages of being a mom, it really wasn't the best, because I was trying to adjust and do things the way that everyone around me was telling me to do it. And when I say everyone, literally everyone. And it makes you feel bad. It puts you down. So instead of enjoying these first stages of life with your child, and you're down trying to say, hey, dang, oh, I can't make this work the way that this one said do it, or I can't get my child to do this, I can't make her do this, I can't make her do that. And you start self-sabotaging yourself as well as your baby. Like, what's wrong with you? Did I get a broken baby? Like, why is my baby not functioning and doing what everyone else's baby is doing? And you can't do that. It's awful. And it will put you in such a bad state that you would start regretting even being a mother, and it would just be bad. I'm telling you, bad. Very, very bad. I'm happy I'm able to talk about this now, but back then it was just awful. I can't even explain it, but if you're going through it, you would understand it, and you would know right here, right now. So yeah, don't feel bad. You just got to do what's best for you and your baby. That's the most important thing. As long as it works for you and your baby, as long as you're healthy, your baby's healthy, no one said there's no harm or damage to either one of you, go for it. 3rd, take time to yourself. When I say take time to yourself, it's okay to leave your child with dad, with grandparents, with aunties, with uncles. even a nanny, if you don't have access to those family members and those resources, it really takes a village to build a child. And just wanting the baby around you and trying to make sure you do everything right, at one point you would find yourself always with the baby. And when you're not even at your 100, you have the baby in front of you. Why? Because you just want to make sure it's you that's nurturing this baby. It's a mother's job to nurture, but if you don't take that time for yourself to maintain yourself, especially when you're married or in a relationship, things could start falling apart slowly, okay? And you don't want that to happen. It's all about balance. So sometimes, even if it's just to take a 10-minute break, lay the baby down. The bassinet, in the crib, in the swing, just go take 10 minutes in the bathroom to yourself. Recollect yourself. Make yourself look like somebody. Always made sure, because I have a girl, I always made sure her hair was done. I always made sure she was dressed, even if she wasn't going anywhere. Always made sure she looked her best. And then sometimes I would look in the mirror and I look like crap. I can insert a video here. My baby's all dressed up for the day with a headband and everything, and I got 2 chunky braids in my head and nothing shirt on. It's times where I went 2 days without showering or taking a bath because I felt like I didn't have time for myself. I felt like I had to watch her. My daughter was one of the ones who wanted to lay on her stomach. She didn't want to lay on her back like how babies are supposed to do. I kept flipping her, and no matter where she was, she would find her way on her stomach. That was her comfort. So I would have to sit there and watch her and monitor to make sure she don't flip over. In my video that did go viral with the morning routine, everybody was coming at me, oh, she's not supposed to sleep on her stomach. That's just what she wanted to do. I couldn't tie her and strap her to the bed and force her to lay on her back. I would place her on her back. I would keep going and try to put her on her back, but she just didn't stay that way. Now that she's 2, almost 3, she's now sleeping on her back. And the only way she's on her back is if she falls asleep on her back that way. And that's just what it is. Like, you can't force a newborn. You can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to do. So, especially with the newborn, it's just her comfort. They were in you for 9 months, curled up on all fours. That's what they were accustomed to doing. So it was very hard to try and make her sleep on her back because that's the way it's supposed to be. So instead of forcing her to do that, I just made sure I was always watching her, monitor her while she was sleeping. And if I fell asleep or walked away to do something, I made sure somebody else was watching her, and that's just how we did it. So sometimes I didn't get to take a bath because I'm busy watching her. When they say, oh, when your baby's sleeping, that's the time you're supposed to get yourself together, cook, clean, do all these things. It doesn't work like that all the time. There's no rule book. There's no telling what would happen. So it's good to take that time for yourself, get some help, fix your hair, take a shower, take a break. Just take that time for yourself, because you can have the baby with you all the time, but if you're walking around like a zombie, lack of sleep, lack of energy, not eating, not drinking properly, you're still not there 100% for that baby. You're just physically there, but you're not mentally there. It becomes pointless. So that's something you got to keep in mind too. Number 4 goes with number 3. It's okay to ask for help. No one's a mind reader. No one would know that you're silently dying inside, because I was dying inside. Yeah, I had my routine together, but I wish someone would say, hey, Presh, I'm gonna take her. I'm going to let you go do something else. I just had the routine and I just got up. It became a routine. I would just get up naturally and do everything I had to do and lay it out. And that's what was happening. And when everyone's looking at me like, hey, she got her routine, she got it all together, I'm just hoping someone would just take over, and they wouldn't. So sometimes you gotta ask for help, because no one can read your mind. On the outside, it looks like you got it all together and you know exactly what you're doing. And really inside, you're only hurting yourself because no one knows. I would have fussed with my husband. Like, you don't see me struggling here. You don't see that I need to take a shower. You don't see that I need to do something. He was here the first 3 months that she was born with us, because like I mentioned before, we're in a long distance relationship. So he was here. He was able to be there for that stage. And then in those 3 months, it was a good start for him to be there. And I'm like, hey, be there, be there. And it's times I woke up and I'm like, dang, she slept through the night. It was so great. And he's like, no, you slept through the night, but I took over. So you just got to communicate, ask for help, get the help that you need, nanny, anything, whatever you got to do, whatever resources you need to do. It's okay to ask for help. It takes a village to raise a child. There's no need to do it all by yourself, just so you can walk around and say, what? I did it all by myself? Okay, and then what? And now you're drained, and now you're depressed, and now you're upset at the world because no one's helping you, because you are doing it all by yourself. It's no one's fault but yours. So make sure you ask for help. It don't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. It would only benefit you as well as the baby. And that's the main point and goal here. Number 5, it's okay to clean it tomorrow. This goes from childhood to up to now, because my baby's a howler. Between juggling, trying to take care of yourself, take care of the baby, just make sure they're eating on time, make sure you're eating on time. Sometimes things stack up and gets out of hand and you find yourself like a robot, just always going and going. It's okay to do it later on. It's okay to do it the next day. It's okay. Like, it doesn't have to always look perfect, especially now. I used to be running behind my toddler, like, okay, you're making a mess. I would be cleaning it up because I like things to be clean. Before having a child, I loved it clean. It was always clean in my area. Now I feel like you can't stay clean, but it's okay. Don't drive yourself crazy. Don't beat yourself up. Being a mom is about changes in the new side of life, and that is the new side of life. Things aren't always going to be perfect, so it is okay to leave the laundry, leave the dishes, put in the dishwasher, but it's okay. Number 6, talk to someone. I was in a what to expect group because I was reading the book on what to expect, like the different months of childhood, as well as I was reading another one, the first year of life. So I was reading on like what to expect and everything, as well as it had like a email group where it would be other moms that was expecting in June of 2019. So we would all be going through the same stages forever. If you're like me and you're shy and didn't want to communicate, or you just didn't know what to say because you didn't want to be judged, I just was in it and I would read. Whether it was like a teething subject or a breastfeeding subject, something, I would click on one of those topics and you would be able to see exactly what was going on with other babies around that time. And you would be shocked to see you're not the only one struggling going through this. Every mother, whether it's a first-time mom or a mom that has 5 or 6 kids, everyone struggles because no child is the same. So just talking to someone, you never know, but just talking to someone and releasing what you're going through can alone make you feel 10 times better. So you want to try and find a mom group, try and find another mom that's expecting around you, and just have that communication. It helps relieve some of the stress. You can talk to your husband or you can talk to your significant other, but there's no way of really making them feel because they wouldn't know. Like, being the male, they're there, but it's some other jobs to nurture, so it's always different. So just talking to another mom, it helps release all of that and help you understand and really release some of the things you need to release. We all need someone to talk to. There's social media groups, Facebook forums for moms and everything. You want to check those things out and really look into it because I can help you. Number 7, accept your new body. Accept your new body. It took me a very while with this one. It became a point where I was like, it took me 9 months to be able to fully grow her and for my body to adjust. So it may take me 9 months for it to revert backwards, because you see on Instagram all the time, moms drop their baby and boom, flat stomach, right back to square one. And I'm like, well, what happened to my body? Is it broken? What's going on here? The stretch marks, I didn't have stretch marks my whole pregnancy. All I had was like those black ones in the back from like my back stretching, but like my stomach, stretch mark free. When my body was reverting backwards and getting back down is when I developed my stretch marks. So that was kind of hard for me to adjust to. It was different. My boobs were dropping. I used to have perky boobs. I didn't have to wear a bra. I had to start wearing a bra. It's fairly different. I had to adjust to that. My hair started falling out in chunks. When I say chunks, handful at a time. Beautiful thick hair. So you just have to accept it and be grateful. You carried a life inside of you. You carried a baby. You did it. Some people can't do it. So be thankful for that. Just try to look at the light of the whole situation. It's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. These are all the things that I was beating myself up for. But now I'm able to look back on it and really see. You just gotta accept it. Everything isn't about social media. Social media is fake. People edit their pictures. People edit their bodies. No man wants to see every female looking the same. If your man doesn't accept your rolls and the tiger marks and the stretch marks that he created on you, screw him. My husband was admiring my body and I was disgusted in my body. He had to make me relearn to love my own body. Imagine. So don't beat yourself up. It'll eventually get back to where it needs to be. Don't go and try to work out and hurt your body and hurt yourself just to rush and snap back. It's okay. It's a part of the process. And last but not least, number 8, ignore the know-it-alls. There's going to be a lot of people that look down on you as a first-time mom and look at you like, you are doing that wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Oh, this is the way you're supposed to do it. Last time I checked, there's no rule book to being a mom. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no telling what can happen a second from now. But one thing I could tell you is people that have more than one child, none of their story for those children is the same. None of those babies act the way, none of those babies act the same. None of the mom's experiences was the same, because there's no right or wrong way to do anything. You just do what's best for you and your baby. And as long as you're okay and the baby's okay, I'm gonna keep saying it over and over because that's just the most important fact. That's it. People will try to intimidate you, play you, downgrade you, and make you feel like the worst of the worst. Like, oh, you're a new mom. You're now coming to this side of life. We've been here. Okay, that's good for you. Sometimes you can listen. Sometimes it is good constructive criticism, but it's up to you to decide what's good criticism, what's something you have to let go in one ear and out the other, and what's not worth stressing over. You have no control over a newborn child that just came into this life. Oh, you're not supposed to let your baby sleep on their stomach. Oh, you're not supposed to let them fall asleep in the swing. Oh, you're not supposed to let them do this. Oh, the best one. You're not supposed to hold them too long. You're spoiling them. That baby grew inside of you for 9 months. 9 months you guys were attached. Not just the baby, but you too. That's all you guys know. If you want to hold that child, hold them as long as you want to. If you want to fall asleep with them on your chest, I mean, if you're a hard sleeper now, watch out. You don't want your baby to fall on the ground, nothing like that. But if you want to hold your baby, hold your baby. If you want to fall asleep with your baby, fall asleep with your baby. Just watch it and be precautious. That's all. That's all you can do as a mom, is do what's best for you and your baby. I hope you guys enjoyed the first mom diary. I actually enjoyed talking about it. It was like a venting session for me because I never really spoke this out loud. I know a lot of my family members, especially my mom, best friend, my husband, when they see this, they're going to be shocked because I'm sure they never knew any of this. But hey y'all, hey, I'm excited for this series. I really am, because this is like what's needed. A lot of this isn't talked about in today's day of life. So we're including motherhood in here. So comment down below any experiences you went through as a first-time mom. Comment down below anything that you would like to add to what I said, as well as comment down below any other topics that you would like to see in the near future for the mom diaries. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.